Hey guys, so today I want to make a video specifically on the new shrines. And the shrines, if you don't know, they are things you could buy at the pet shop for pet resources, essentially. So there's the boar shrine for cooking speed, hound shrine for increased pet experience, barrow shrine for crop growth time, box shrine for crafting box time, and a chance to get an instantly crafted recipe, toucan shrine for fruit growth time, Holly Shrine for cow speed and sheep speed and reduces the feed. Moth Shrine increases the chance of getting additional flour and reduces flower time. Badger Shrine reduces tree and stone time. Mole Shrine reduces iron, gold, and crimstone time. Tortoise Shrine reduces greenhouse time and crop machine time. Dag Shrine reduces oil time. Bear Shrine increases your honey production speed and gives you an additional chance of bee swarms. And Bantam Shrine reduces chicken time and chicken feed. And then there's these like Obsidian / Moonfur shrines. I'm not really going to be talking about these ones because they're whale things and I don't know. They aren't really going to be profitable. Like this one's completely quality of life. This one I don't think will ever really be profitable, but who really knows. And then this one, the Trading Shrine, it'll be good if you sell a lot of stuff, but if not, then it's not. So I'm basically going to be talking about all of these other shrines that require specific pet resources. Not really going to focus on the Hound Shrine or Boar Shrine. Going to be the other, 11 or so. So the question here is, are these worth growing? Or, sorry, are these worth crafting and making? And the answer, in my opinion, is I'm going to have a general statement here, and I haven't fully done the math on this to tell you if this is right. But so I put out a video about the new chores, and some of these shrines are basically going to be mandatory for those chores. So like if you're trying to mine Crimstone 35 times, 36 times or whatever it is, you're basically going to need the mole shrine for it. If you're trying to collect eggs 225 times or whatever it was, you're basically going to need this Bantam shrine for it. Like that's my point. So like if you need the shrines to complete a chore, then you need them to complete a chore. That's not really what I'm talking about. In this video, I'm going to be talking about, are these shrines good for profit making? And so to get these shrines, obviously you need the pet resources. So you fetch the pet resources with your pets. And the thing is, with these pet resources, you can either make the shrines or you could just sell the resources on the marketplace, right? Like all these resources are going for somewhere between like 1 to 2 flour each, give or take. So you have the option of either making the shrines or just selling the resources. So the question here is, should you make the shrines or should you just sell the resources? So this is obviously going to depend on every person. And okay, so the statement I'm going to make is that if you don't have a boost that's worth over 7,000 flour, I don't think any of these shrines are worth it for you. That's a rough number. It's not an exact number. Maybe the Crimstone Hammer is an exception. The Crimstone Hammer could make the Crimstone Reduction Shrine worth it, but that's my general feeling. And like when I say 7,000 flour, that's kind of an arbitrary number, but what I'm thinking is items like Emerald Turtle, Kubiku, Golden Egg, Quarry, Golden Sheep, Infernal Bullwhip, Foreman Beaver, Pharaoh Gnome. What else we have? Infernal Drill, Golden Cow, Infernal Pitchfork. Like these kind of items, like these are the kind of items you're going to need to make these shrines profitable. So in my opinion, for me personally, the best shrine is Kali Shrine, because what this does is, I'm going to do some math here. Zoom in a bit. So the default respawn time on my animals, let's see if I can find that here. Let's see, for cows, it is, okay, so yeah, I have the shrine down, but it doesn't calculate here. So the default time to collect my cows is 16 hours and 12 minutes. Okay, this is not the default. This is with my reductions outside of the shrine. So 16 hours. So 16 point, I think it's 0.2. And if we take 25% time off that, that's this times 0.75. That puts it at just over 12 hours. So for me, I sleep over 8 hours a night. So I'm frequently, like sometimes I sleep less than 8 hours, but I'm often sleeping for more than 8 hours. So at 16.2 hours, this means I can only collect my cows once per day, even though this is like more than once. Like this is on average like 3 times every 2 days, but like because of my sleep schedule, this is like once a day. Whereas this is basically twice a day for me. I could do it at like, there's going to be a bit of drift, and like every, I don't know, 5th, 6th, 7th day, I might only get one in a day, but most days this is twice a day. So this almost doubles the amount of times I can collect cows, from once a day to twice a day. And since my cows are profitable, this is going to make me a lot more flour. That one's a very good boost for me, and that's just because my cows are profitable and my current sleep schedule. If you slept less than 8 hours a day, then you'd be getting it 3 times every 2 days. So going from 3 times every 2 days to twice a day isn't as big of a change, but it's still a good change. So you can do that math for all the other shrines too, right? Like this flower shrine, this moth shrine, this is never really going to be profitable because flowers, you can't really make that much of a profit on them. You can turn them in for keys and sell like 5 a week, but this one's never really going to be profitable. Same thing with this fox shrine. You don't make profit from the crafting box, so that one's not really going to be profitable. This fruit shrine, I don't think this fruit shrine is going to be profitable for anyone. So this one, you basically just need to figure out which fruit you're planting. I'm not going to go to back to my farm right now, but you basically need to figure out what fruit you're planting. So for example, my apples are at 8 hours and 38 minutes. That's like 8.6 hours, I think. So 8.6, and then you take off 25%. So you're going to be down to, 9.75. You're going to be down to a 6.45. So this means I could gather my apples like an extra time every day. But then you have to figure out, like, this is like what? Let's say each resource is 1.5 flowers. So this is like 15. This is like 30 flour just for these. Plus you have to get the acorns. So like you could be selling these resources for 30 flour, or you can make this shrine, right? I don't think you're going to make 30 flour out of growing your crops quicker for a week, or your fruit quicker for a week. So that's an example there. Like I said, this one you're never really going to make profit on. So the same thing with this one, Badger Shrine. So I have the Foreman Beaver and the Quarry, and that means that I basically get as much profit as I possibly can from trees and wood, trees and stone. I guess I could get a little more if I had the right buds and whatnot, but essentially I'm going to make as much profit as anyone. And I did the math. This tree reduction, my current trees are 54 minutes, so I think that's 0.9. So that's 0.9 hours each. And if I reduce it by so let's say I'm up for 15 hours a day. So I can currently chop trees 16 times a day. And if I reduce this time, I can chop trees. Okay, so I could chop trees an extra 6 times a day. So basically, like, I have to do the same math as stone. I do 15, and currently, what's the time on my stone? It is 3 hours and 12 minutes, so that's 3.2, and then this divided by times 0.75, so equal 15. So I could do stone like 4 times a day or whatever. And this would be an extra 2 times. So my profit on stone, I'm looking at a different spread. My profit on wood and stone right now. So my profit on wood is 0.024, and my profit on stone is 0.059. So I have 26 tree nodes, so this times 26, and I have tree turnaround times 1.15. Okay, and then I could do an extra 6 times a day times 7 days. So I would make an extra 30 flour just on the extra trees. And then this is, I think I've 20 stone nodes. How many stone nodes do I have? 22. So times, what did I do? Times 22 times an extra 2 times 7 days a week. So this shrine is pretty good for me. I'd be making an extra 48 flour a week. But like I said, this is with Foreman Beaver and with Quarry. If you don't have both of those boosts, like that shrine probably isn't going to be worth it for you. Anyways, you could do the same math for all these different things. Like this is basically the math that you have to do for your own farm. I'm not going to be able to do it for you because it's going to be depending on which boosts you have, which reductions you have, whatnot. But essentially you need to figure out how many more times these shrines will let you collect certain resources, and then you'll decide if these shrines are worth creating. Like this oil shrine, you're never going to make profit from because oil isn't really for profit, it's for progressing and for doing other stuff. But you basically have to do the math and figure out, are these shrines worth it for you, or is it worth it for you to just sell the resources? Like I said earlier in the video, if you need them for a specific chore to get done, then you need them for the specific chore. That's not really about profit. That's just about getting this stuff done. But what I'm talking about here is, are these shrines worth it to you to make, or should you just be selling the resources on the marketplace? Like I said, the Kali Shrine is good for me. The Badger Shrine is good for me. There's a few here that are good for me. And there are a few here that I'll probably never make. Like, I'll probably never make this oil shrine unless there's a chore to collect oil X amount of times, right? I'll probably never make this Toucan Shrine unless there's a chore to collect apples 500 times or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But essentially you have to do the math and figure out how many more times these shrines will let you collect whatever resource, and then you have to calculate how much those resources are worth to you, and then you have to figure out, is it better to make the shrine or is it better to just sell the animal materials on the marketplace? Anyways, that's it. Food for thought. Have a good day, guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. It would help me out a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Have a good day, guys. And I also want to say thank you to all the members of the channel. Current members of the channel are Raichu, Theedra, Deucefold, New Augustine, and Night Shadow. Thank you very much for your support.